Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on with our second bout this evening. Would you welcome to the cage, Liam Phillips. And would you welcome his opponent into the cage, Chey Veal. This is amateur mixed martial arts over three-minute rounds in the flyweight division. And in the blue corner, he weighed in at 124.3 pounds. He represents the Karma Gym, Liam Phillips. And in the red corner, he weighed in at 125.6 pounds. He represents Mercy MMA, Chey Veal. Your referee once again, Mr. Andy Nichols. So, Dean, we move on from amateur K1 to amateur MMA in the flyweight division. Liam Phillips, big support for this young man here from the Karma Gym in the blue. Chey Veal, Mercy MMA in the red.
Chey Veal utilising the squatted stance. It says to me, Malcolm, he's going to look to land a power shot. Or perhaps that double leg. Dropped his level there.
I was just about to say, they look like the level change for the double, then changed his mind, and then replicated by Liam.
Phillips keeping nice and light on his feet.
Yeah, slightly the stockier of the two, Chey Veal. Slightly the heavier looking man.
Phillips now in the feeling out process. Often you get this, Malcolm, in the first round. Both fighters will feel what their strengths are and test what their opponent's weaknesses are.
I think from there again, with the attempt for the double leg, I think we can safely say that Chey, given the opportunity, will want to take this to ground.
Needs to hide that shot with punches, make Phillips think he wants to strike and then duck under.
Phillips did strike, and he caught him with the right hand, and the left eye of Chey Veal is cut, and he took a very strong left as well there. Now he clinches up, but his eye is already bloodied, and that's from the right hand of Liam Phillips, as you rightly said, shooting in without disguising it, and he got caught.
Veal now needs to initiate this clinch. He's got to be careful of the hands of Phillips. And Phillips, oh yeah, there's a double leg, looking to get the outside trip from the cage there. He'll look to pull the leg round, but Phillips got some great takedown defense, pummeled the underhook, circled off.
Oh, that said suddenly, Dean, a big right hand, just as he was escaping. He's getting back to his feet, but he was in control, and then suddenly Chey Veal, who really just wanted to take it to ground, landed with a huge right hand.
And that's the danger of firing in the pocket and not keeping your hands up. Now Phillips finds himself on his back. He's got to use the cage to walk up, looking for the armbar attempt. But you've got to remember, when you invert like that, look for legs, you get punches just like this. Veal now hammering down, looking for the guillotine choke.
He's got the standing guillotine. He's really trying to crank it up, Dean. And it came from one mistake from Liam Phillips, who was in control to that moment.
Phillips defending well. He's got his hands on the inside of the arm, the forearm of Veal. If Veal was able to put Phillips's back against the cage and use that leverage to finish the standing guillotine, he could have had some success there, but Phillips doing a great job of escaping.
Now the knee from Chey Veal, and what a turnaround in this bout. Phillips was doing everything right with his movement. We were impressed with his takedown defense, and then in the attempted takedown, a huge right from Chey Veal turned this one on its head.
Now this can only go in Veal's favour. Now Phillips might be tentative to come in these exchanges. He's tasted the power of Veal, and he's given some banter now at the end. Very intense stare down from Chey Veal.
Yes, as you rightly said, Liam Phillips was giving him some verbals there, and Veal just smiled at him and said, well, come on. And this is the thing that shocked me. We both saw that Chey Veal set out his stall. He wanted to get the takedown, and then suddenly showed, but you know what, despite that, I've got very good boxing with that right hand, which he's landed twice now.
Phillips in the corner, breathing quite heavy. The corner are giving him some advice. Veal now in his corner, and it's interesting to see Veal's corner disguise the shot with the uppercut. So he's going to threaten the uppercut and look for the double leg.
Between rounds there, Liam Phillips was looking at his crowd and smiling, and Chey Veal, in between that quite scary stare, had a huge grin on his face, just staring over at Phillips. And this is beautifully poised, this one, Dean.
Interesting to see how this is going to pan out now. They've got the first round out of the way. Phillips got rocked, and they know each other's game plan. And let's see if Veal can really mix up the striking techniques to disguise that takedown. But on the flip side, he might go for that power shot again, and we could see a knockout, Malcolm.
This is what I was thinking, Dean. Forget the tactics, but they might have changed now when he realizes, actually, I've got the power up right. I've rocked my man. Maybe his own tactics have changed dramatically as well.
Phillips shaking his head, saying, you know what, you can't get me, but he's got to keep throwing combinations. Blast that leg kick, threaten the uppercut. When he threatens the uppercut, Malcolm, it will stop Veal shooting in. If you shoot in, leave your head down, you change the level, the uppercut's right there.
I was just about to say, it's okay to say, hey, you're not worrying me. Hey, look at this, I'm cool. But you've got to do something yourself as well. It's not enough to posture and say, you're not doing anything to me. Engage yourself.
Phillips has got to pump that jab out. Even just threatening that rear uppercut.
Well, the thing was, Dean, that the rear right hand was what caused the cut with very accurate straight punches. Early in the first round, when he was in ascendancy, his boxing and movement was very good, and it was frustrating, Chey, and we saw that excellent takedown defense as well. And sadly for him, on his behalf, that one right hand turned tactics and everything else on its head.
Phillips looking for the left hook. I'd like to see him fire that jab out, fake the jab, and look for the overhand right. The left hand of Veal is dropping slightly. See there when he comes in, into range, and he drops his hand. If he can sneak over the top with that overhand right, Phillips might have some success there.
I think with Veal, it's an indicator of the confidence he's feeling at the moment. I think he's saying, look, I took your best stuff. Yeah, you cut me, but a cutting punch is different to a real power punch. It's about the accuracy and the gloves as well. And I think I just get the feeling Veal thinks he can walk through Phillips now, which is a dangerous game to play, Dean.
when leather is getting traded, someone will go down, and that is a dangerous game indeed. And we're seeing this from Veal now. His jab stumbles Phillips back.
He definitely has the power. Again, Phillips is saying no, he's playing the game, but his body's saying a different thing, Dean.
Looking for that uppercut. That's exactly what he needs to do. Put combinations on it and move off that center line. He's getting pummeled by Veal at the moment. Veal using that head snap movement. He's going to look to pull down the head. But Phillips, quite correctly, postured out of that position.
The problem for Phillips is a simple one. Veal is now confident and doesn't feel he can be harmed in the upright exchanges. Even these punches now, look at the body language of both men. And Veal was just waiting for the big right hand reply. The problem for Phillips is Veal is taking his shots very comfortably.
Veal now working on the outside, looking for that punch, and he's throwing a lot of punches, expending a lot of energy. And you notice there he's got his mouth guard slightly away from his teeth. That shows usually that a fighter is tired, Malcolm.
Well, they've both, as you said, both put a lot into it. It's an intriguing second round because neither man was really particularly damaged or particularly did damage either. A very hard round possibly for the judges to score. But in terms of body language and psychology, you just get the feeling that Chey Veal is willing to risk what Liam Phillips can offer to land those big shots. He feels he's got the power and can take what Phillips has got to give, which makes for an intriguing third rounding. Third and final round of an intriguing contest across many levels, Dean.
We've seen the striking ability from both athletes, the power of Veal. And initially, it's so interesting to see this turn on its head almost, that Veal was looking for the double leg, and now he's striking.
Yeah, so all that's gone out the window. As I said, the thing for Phillips, I like his movement, I like the angles of his strikes, but Chey Veal is saying to him, I'm going to come in and I'm going to hurt you. Phillips is saying, you're not, engaged back, get your own work going, Liam.
Phillips now turning up, taking center cage, but he needs to keep busy with these strikes. Perhaps even threaten a takedown to make Veal worry about that area. He might as well use every available tool in this fight.
As I said, you saw there again, he's accurate, he's got good movement, single shots, but it's when they engage at close range and that range closes dramatically that Veal comes into his own.
And the difference here with the strikes, you'll notice, a shot attempt there was missed by Veal. Veal's covering up. Nice uppercut left hook from Phillips. This is what he needs, Malcolm. He needs to pull the pressure on.
Best work of the fight from him so far. Capitalised superbly on the slip and the miss. And you saw the accuracy there. A bit more power. If he had the same power as Veal, this could have been over now.
The difference between the power, Malcolm, is the connection with the floor. You'll notice Phillips is often moving whilst he strikes. And it's a cardinal rule in boxing, footwork first. So when you land that power shot, you draw the power up from the bottom, or from your feet, through to your hips, to your hands.
Yeah, in the boxing they call it planting your feet ready for the big shots. That's the difference, but Phillips capitalised well there. And in the third round, in terms of scoring, this makes it very intriguing indeed to see how the judges are going to go with this now. And he gets straight through with the right hand again.
Veal on the outside, looking for the hooks, but not really turning them over, and he's not really throwing any power, any decisive end to it. What I mean by that, Malcolm, is he throws his hand out at not an angle to hit for the punch or even disguise for the takedown. He's kind of just putting them in now, almost like he wants to rack up points on the scorecards.
I think what's happened to Chey Veal is Liam Phillips quite simply has regained his respect. He's had to rethink his game now.
In the third round as well, both of these fighters have been working consistently, so endurance could be a factor. Both athletes breathing from their mouth, which can pose a problem in turn, because when your mouth's open, it's easier to get a knockout.
Yes, both men, you rightly say, Dean, you can see the fatigue factor now. They'll be happy to see or hear that final bell, because a lot of effort in, but Chey Veal, you've noticed how little he's throwing in comparison to earlier now. And again, that's because of that devastating moment from Phillips with those very accurate combinations.
Now, Veal can get this takedown. This is huge, massively scoring on the judges' scorecards. He used the cage to bump the hips away of Phillips and gain the takedown.
Well, Dean, as you said, pivotal moment in the final 10 seconds. That could be all he needs here finally, but excellent little bout from these two young men.
Very interesting to see. It's such a game of chess in all realms in MMA. That's why MMA is so exciting. There's the striking, there's the kicks, there's punches, there's the grappling, there's takedowns. And all of those things coupled together, you have to worry about in a fight. And it was displayed here, and only the second fight on this amazing LFC 11 card. If you're watching, guys, stay tuned.
And these two men have taken us to a split decision. But that decision is in favor of the red corner, Chey Veal.